Welcome back to Bag Back Garage. On this episode, we remove all that shit.
Bad Back Garage.
Well, now that's all removed and taped up, and no radiator and all the stuff's out of here. I get to start on pulling the dash out, because I need to feed that Haltech harness is going to go in through, I'm hoping, sort of right through there-ish, I'm hoping, but there's see the two bolts coming out. I think they might be heat or something, so I'm hoping I can go below that, heat or aircon. I do plan on putting aircon in this car again, so I need to keep that in there. If I do put aircon in it, it'll be a electric air conditioning compressor, so it'll be hidden away. But yeah, I'm going to get stuck into that. I won't put the camera in there because it's going to be really hard to see what I'm doing anyway. So, and I need to get the car off the hoist and everything. So I'll get the center console out. And I also need to move. The shifter sits too far forward, so I need to move all that back too. So yeah. Oh, and I spent all day. Well, I don't say all day, but I spent a lot of the day planning and ordering parts. So yeah, it's money, lots of it gone. But has to be done. Oh, you want to go faster, you gotta spend money, I suppose. Just everything's just so much more expensive than what it used to be, and every job you think's $500 is $1,000. So we'll see how we go anyway. But I'm gonna get this dash out, and yeah, I'll get back to you when I've done that. Well, I'm not having much luck. Out where to put this harness through. Like, get that out of there. I don't know, like, I could shove it up in the corner, but I didn't want a harness running across the firewall. I sort of want to clean all that up so it's not there anymore. Oh dear. Maybe I could probably put it down there where the fuel, oh shit, the car's moving. Down there where the fuel line goes across. I think there's somewhere there. Down, oh, I've got to stop moving. This car's moving. I just got to chock it up. Well, I just chocked the wheel up, and I'm going to have to go to the drawer of goodies and start getting this harness out. Where can I stick it? Just got to clean this bench off, and I'll lay it out. Well, first impressions of this harness. It's super long. I reckon I'll only need it from here, maybe. That's all I'll need in the engine bay. And I'll have to shove the rest of that under the dash somewhere, because that's an awful lot. So yeah, guessing these are auxiliary. I haven't really looked at it all, but at least it's clearly marked what everything's for. So holy crap, it's very different to what I just pulled out of mine. Oh, you can't see it, but literally, that's my harness that I made for mine. Mine's like, mine's about a third of the size, if that. It's tiny compared to this thing. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting trying to make it look good. I might have to cut and de-pin, I think. I don't know. I don't really want to do. Don't really want to do that, because I know this combo is going to go in another car one day. But this might still keep the LS in it, but I might use something different later. I don't know. We'll see how this computer goes anyway. good value for money, but that's just a really, really long harness. I better get start thinking where I'm going to put the bloody thing, because that's a lot of cable to hide. And if you look under the dash, let's get around here now. Nope, need a torch. There's no room to hide it. Like, it's with all the aircon and stuff in here, there is absolutely no room to shovel that. So yeah, put it in the boot. I think there is probably enough cable that I could run the computer in the boot. I don't know. It's a lot of cable. Yeah, that's got me thinking now. I don't know if there's any room behind the glove box on these. Maybe I have to store it up under there, or there's no room. The only way to do it is pull the whole dash out and then try and find somewhere to tuck it all. Or as I just said, maybe do mount it in the boot. I think it might be long enough to do that. Run the cables along the tunnel under the carpet. I don't know. I'll have to sit there and think about this for a bit. So I'll yeah, have a think about it. I'll get back to you. Other thing, car's got no interior in it. Well, seats anyway. Got the dash out and measured up in the boot, cause I'm hoping I can put an Odyssey battery on its side just there, and then I can run all my extra stuff in here somewhere. So like relay panel and fuse panel, and I don't know, I'm thinking of actually putting a bit of doof in the car, because all the big long drives we do, it'd be nice to have some music. So I think I've got some amps and stuff sitting up there, and a little bit of extra weight in the back's not going to hurt for the no prep stuff anyway. So still haven't done much in here, but I am planning on trying to work out where to put the harness through. Also looked at putting the computer in the glove box, but that's not going to work. Yeah, so I've had to, well, that's all the other stuff I still got to put into the dash and fun bits. But first thing I need to do is get this harness in, get a bit of an idea where that's going to come through. As I said, I still want it to come through somewhere down there. So I just got to jump under the dash and have a bit of a look-see. Or I think I've got a torch in here. No, I don't. Hold on, give me a sec. Got to get a torch. Whee! Hope that made you sick. Yeah, I'm half tempted it to maybe make a little panel to sit up under here, under the aircon and everything. It's a bit of a, and sort of like this false floor or something. Stick the computer on, because there's not, I don't, oh maybe I can stick it behind there, or yeah, I'm still two minds, but I need to see, I need to just make the commitment and start get that up in there, make the commitment, just drill a hole straight through there I think, and be done with it. At least I can sort of hide the harness under the carpet. Probably not, but I don't know. If I don't make this commitment, I don't get it done, and I'll just sit there. Oh, that's a bad shot of my head. I'll just sit there and procrastinate about fucking getting this cast ordered, and it'll never get done. So I think that's half of everyone's problem, is you think too much about it when you should just do and worry about the consequences later. I think that's what I'm going to do now. So wish me luck with making a mistake and putting this hole in the wrong spot. I just spent last half hour or so trying to work this harness out to lay it half out. All this stuff is knock sensor and crank angle, which is like that long. The injector harness is actually probably a tad short, but I can always extend that. It's just a Deutsch plug in there, so I might pull it back in and extend it. Another one that's frustrating is knock sensors. There's one there, and oh yeah, the other one is down there. But then they've got to be plugged into that adapter harness, which then runs, which is this one here. So they're going to be ultra long. I might be able to half feed them back into the car. Sorry. Ignition coils are done. Most of that's just throttle body, air temp, and things like that. So I'll get them plugged in once the manifold's on. Same with the injector harnesses. That's it there, and I think I've thrown another one over somewhere there, but the injector harness is sort of not in properly. But I've also got all this. Hold on, I'll get a torch. Give me a sec. So now I've got all this harness to deal with. That's a gearbox plug. I pulled it through, depinned it and pulled it through because it's sort of pointless having it in the engine bay when auto. And I'll just pin out what I need if I need anything out of it. I'm hoping to use some of it for other things. That's a fuel pump. And then one of those is fan. The other one's auxiliary. So I've got two fans. So I might run, if I've got enough, I'll hook one to one fan, one to the main fan, and one as a auxiliary fan, because the LS doesn't run mine doesn't run real hot with my fan setup that I have, which are those fans there, two Davis Craig 10-inch fans, but they're brushless. So being brushless, one fan basically keeps this car under 94 degrees most of the time. Very rarely the second fan kicks in less. I mean, idling for ages on like 35, 40 degree days. If it's a low 30 day, the second fan very rarely kicks on. So, yeah, that's so far of getting this Haltech installed. Still got to work out where I'm putting the Haltech and everything, but as I said, I might make a little bracket under the dash. But now I've got to hire all that wiring, so I don't know, that's just going to be looped up somewhere. And I think I need to sit down now and start. I was hoping to get that piece of paper you get to fill out everything, so I might have to look see if I've got it here for the wires and where they go and what inputs and outputs I have, because I really need to work that out next, because we'll go up this night, see if all this nitrous is going to work and whatever else I want to hook up through it with all the extra sensors I have. So I might leave this video here and yeah, get back to you on the next video with what's next, I suppose. So thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, please like and subscribe and comment if you want, because or tell me what I'm doing wrong. That'd be probably the best thing, because I don't really know what I'm doing. So hopefully the next video I'll have the intake manifold parts so I can get that in and finish laying out this engine bay, which would be really good. I'll just wait for them to get delivered. I bought a new cam and crank ankle sensor just in case, because they're old and they're leaking. Keep them for spares, the old ones. But yeah, I keep rattling on, don't I? But yeah, so I'll hopefully the parts will turn up tomorrow, and then I can get stuck into getting that manifold on and finish plugging everything I can in the engine bay. And we might send power to the Haltech. Oh, I don't even have a laptop to plug into this thing, so I might have to go get something first, see if I can borrow the wife's laptop or borrow a laptop from someone, but I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Well, a couple of parts turned up, so I can get this manifold on. I got cam sensor or something, a crank sensor, and idle speed control valve, and my O-rings for the manifold. So that means, oh yeah, I think I showed you I got the harness laid out, how long it is, but yeah. So it means I can replace that sensor back there before I put the manifold in, and put all the other sensors on the manifold. But I've got to also, what I noticed too, is the air temp sensor won't fit in there. So I'm going to have to drill and tap, well, drill that out bigger, and yeah, drill that out to I think it's 3/8 or something, and I'll tap that to suit the air temp sensor that the Haltech supply. It's probably the best spot to put it anyway, so I'll get that sorted. But I guess next thing to do is get this manifold. I'll go drill and tap that and get that manifold together. Well, I got a bit done last night. I got the manifold on, sort of sitting right. The TPS sensor's not on because I'm not hoping how it lines up with those bolt holes, so I might have to modify that. I stripped back all the factory harness, all the tape off it and stuff, because I'd made my harness completely removable. There's literally 2 pins or something. I think it was, yeah, there you go, those 2 there, and just those 2. They're the only ones that I had to remove out of the harness I added in, which made it simple. The Haltech harness is going in alright. There for knock sensors and crank, which is down beside that's the crank's beside the starter motor. That knock joins into another one, but that's got to be changed. I need to, this harness here has the alternator, temp, air temp, coolant temp, and a knock. What I'm going to do with those ones, I'm going to extend the alternator wire, just that sub harness. Yeah, I'll make a sub harness to extend it, and then because my air temp sensor is down there, yeah, down there, if you can see that, and then the factory coolant temp sits down there in that hole there, but that snapped off in there last night trying to remove that. But I'm going to fit it into, there's another hole sort of down there under the header, sort of. I know, oh fuck, that hurt. Under there somewhere, there's another one. So I'll split the harness, and yeah, I'll fuck around with that and just extend the alternator charge one. The other problem I had is I bought a kit for, what do you call it? I don't know, for the cooling system. I can't remember what it's called. It's all wrong and it's missing fittings and it's way too long, so I don't know what I'm going to do there. I actually bought 2 kits and they're both shit. Oh, this is the kit over here. That's it there. The hoses are way too long. I might still be able to use them, but it needs a heap of 90-degree bends. So I'm not sure if I'm just going to cap those fittings for now and worry about later, or not sure. What else do I have problems with? Some other eBay shit. Both of those are wrong. The throttle body was no good. I picked that up on Marketplace for $80. It's better than paying $200 plus freight. Don't know. I think there was something else was wrong. oh no, there's the rest of my harness there that I pulled out. So just once I untaped it all, it pretty much just fell away from the other harness. I bought over here crossover pipe for the fuel rails. I ordered -6, they sent -8, so that's handy. So I just got to get some fittings for that to make that work. All these nitrous lines that I can't use for this project. So, and I've still got all that. I keep buying nitrous kits, I've got a bad habit. But I'll put that on there. But I've also got, that's those two ends there, if you can see them, that one there and that one there. One's for fan and one's for an auxiliary. I'm just going to use it to run the other fan. And I'm sort of laying this out just to make sure I've got it all plugged in right and if I need anything else. But I think I'm going to mount the actual computer under the seat. I might make up a little plate or something for it to sit under there, and the CAN expander and the wideband. There's just no room up under the dash. I've looked and tried, and it's not going to happen. So unless I make a plate that sort of comes down a bit and sits under there, but takes up footwell space. So I think I'll just mount it under the seat. I think there's enough wires there to make it fit there. So if not, it'll go up under the dash, or I might mount the computer in the kick panel or something and then mount this stuff somewhere else. Don't know, I'm still two minds about that. But next step is, trying to think. I think my next step is I might try and, I'm going to pull the carpet up, and then I'm going to run the main power cable for the car. I want to get all the wiring in the car done, so it's ready just to, because a Haltech technically only needs one pink wide hook up to constant, like your ignition with constant power all the time, even when you're cranking, and two, a power and earth. So that's all that needs. Oh, and the fuel pump just needs to be wired in, but and fans. But there's simple things that I can do. But I think I'm going to this harness here. I might take the guard off. I'm just not sure. Oh, actually, do I need to take the guard off? Yeah, I might have to take the guard off because I want to run that harness on the other side and try and hide it. I do have another Falcon harness that I can use to extend it. So I might get in and do that, extend all that, put the battery in the boot. I found out that I can run an Odyssey on its, I can mount it on its side and it will clear under the floor, so I can just sort of mount it in there. I'll show you that to you when I actually get the battery. I'm going to go pick it up from my brother's place. He's got one sitting there, even though I've got one sitting in the VN, but that's not mine, so I'll steal my brother's spare one. Be good just for testing and mock-up. So yeah, I want to hook up all power back in. I'm just going to put my standard battery in the back for now, just so I've got something to work off for lengths. Actually, I have to see if the terminals are around the same way too, so I might have to work that out. But yeah, get the carpet out, run the main power wire, and do the factory wiring. In other words, more wiring stuff that no one needs to see because it's just messy, so, and time consuming. Well, that's another part of my little wiring harness that went into the cab. I like to make all the extra stuff that I put in the car very easy to pull out, just in case we've got to modify it and that. Be the same when I do this one. Once the factory harness is done, I will make up a front relay harness for the nitrous solenoids, the fans, and probably some other stuff too. The transmission cooler. I've got to run solenoid. Actually, no, the fans might need a relay because I run off the Haltech. It's already got that built-in 25 amp thing in it, so that'll be easy. Yeah, I'll just run some relays. I'll make that. I'll hide that in the car somewhere, and then in the boot, I'm going to run another. Probably like, I think I'm going to have another 4 or 5 relays in there. If I can afford PDMs, I would, but I can't. So Relays will do the job. But yeah, I need another 4 or 5 relays in the boot for future fuel pumps and a few other bits and pieces that I'll probably put in the future. I'll wire the car up for it now, and then later on it's just a matter of plugging into the relay one wire and an earth for whatever I'm going to run. So it'll be easy to set up later. But I'm going to get stuck into this, and then I'll get back to you maybe halfway through doing this factory wiring neat thing up and show you what I'm doing.
Do 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 do. Bad back garage.